Hello, dear ones. Father Peter John coming to you from All Saints Orthodox Church in Bloomington, Indiana. Christ is in our midst. Today we remember St. Luke of Crimea, St. Luke the Blessed Surgeon, St. Luke of Simferopol. There are a number of names for him, titles for him. He had as many talents as he did titles. He's an amazing man, an unmercenary healer. But I get ahead of myself. He was born in the 1880s and in what is present-day Ukraine. He was an artist as a child and actually went to school to get his degree in the arts. But no matter how good he was at his artistry, his heart told him he wanted to be in a profession where he could selflessly serve others. And so he went to medical school and became a surgeon. He looked for the most poor areas and asked to serve in those areas as a surgeon. He became known very, very quickly for his ability as a surgeon, and in particular as an eye surgeon. And indeed, he was healing people's blindness that other physicians thought were beyond healing. So he went back to school and became an ophthalmologist and continued to work tirelessly, performing surgeries, not asking for money in return, just spending his time serving those who the Lord brought into his path. He, at one point, was performing surgery, and the nurse who was helping him was named Anna. They went on to be married and had 4 children. But Anna tragically became ill and died, leaving Luke, whose name at this time, by the way, was Valentine. He was not yet St. Luke. He had not taken the name Luke yet. But leaving him a single father of 4 young children. Well, St. Luke continued as a surgeon and eventually caught the eye of a local priest who saw to it that he would go to seminary and be trained as a priest because he could see his great spiritual strength and his leadership qualities. So St. Luke was trained as clergy, was ordained a priest, and continued to work tirelessly, now not only as a surgeon, but as a surgeon of souls, as a priest. So a short time later, the communists, who they loved and hated Luke all at the same time, they trumped up charges against him because they couldn't have the region's most renowned physician also serving as an Orthodox Christian clergyman. They just couldn't have that. So they trumped up charges. They had him sentenced to, I believe it was 17 years in prison before his first exile to Siberia to serve his first 3 years of exile imprisonment. He was ordained bishop and tonsured a monk. 3 years in exile, he spent his time not having any vestments, surgical tools, etc., just serving people as he was able, performing surgery with kitchen knives, performing baptisms with a simple piece of tattered cloth around his neck, serving as an epitrachelion so that he could serve the divine services. After this, St. Luke went back. There was another exile for 3 years in Siberia. Then there were 2 years of harsh imprisonment and torture. Lord have mercy. And then another exile. The communists kept moving him around. Wherever he went, he was loved by all. He eventually lost his sight and became a miracle worker. He could no longer perform surgeries with his hands because he couldn't see with his physical eyes. And so the Lord gave him the gift of healing, which he could perform using his spiritual sight. St. Luke, when he died, when he reposed in the Lord, the communists tried to sweep him away quickly, right? Load his body in a bus and get him somewhere and bury him. But there was an uprising, and the people themselves on the ground, at the risk of their own injury or death or imprisonment, shut down all of the roads, the smaller roads, and escape routes, as it were, so that the procession with St. Luke's body had to go through the center of town. And what happened was this quick little sweep him away and get him buried in the ground quickly procession turned into a 3.5 our service, the people singing triumphantly, "Holy God, holy mighty, holy immortal, have mercy on us." And the communists hated it. And the Christians in our Lord Jesus Christ, the victorious one, were victorious. Christ is in our midst. He is and ever shall be.